Good evening, everyone. My name is Tarun Garg, and welcome to Indraprasth Capital. I am MBA in Finance and SEBI certified research analyst. My main aim through these videos is to track SME companies which are posting absolutely fantastic results this quarter so that you can discover emerging businesses early. So, the company that I'm going to talk about today is called KP Green Engineering Limited. The stock has been falling ever since company came with its Q4 update, and there is a lot of interest and curiosity among investor on Twitters and everywhere else as to asking why the stock is falling even after delivering fantastic financial results. So in next 5 minutes, I will deep down on all the good and the bad things about the company. So let's start with the revenue model or the business model of the company. कंपनी इज़ नॉट जस्ट अ नॉर्मल स्टील फैब्रिकेशन बिजनेस. अगर मैं बहुत ही सिंपल शब्दों में आपको समझाऊँ कि कंपनी करती क्या है. If India wants to build their huge renewable capacity, wind and solar farms. So wind and solar farms, अगर हम panels ले आएंगे या फिर wind turbines ले आएंगे, they are mostly useless until and unless we have that kind of infrastructure on which they can be mounted, like huge towers, transmission lines, railway electrification, and every infrastructure which supports renewable energy. मतलब कि अगर मेरे को solar panel लगाने हैं तो मुझे एक स्टील स्ट्रक्चर चाहिए होगा, गैल्वेनाइज स्टील स्ट्रक्चर, जिसके ऊपर मैं माउंट करा सकूँ वो स्टील स्ट्रक्चर्स. तो अनटिल एंड अनलेस देयर इज नो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, मे बी हम लोग रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी को इतना पुश नहीं कर पाएंगे. दैट इज वाई केपी इंजीनियरिंग कम्स इन टू प्ले. इट इज़ अ परफेक्ट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर प्रोवाइडर फॉर रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी पुश. The second point that I want to discuss is why this is different from normal fabrication company. Normal steel fabrication companies are just commodity business. They are low on margin and growth is not that predictable. That is where KP differentiate itself on two major points. The first major point is that they specialize into renewable energy push and not just generic steel work. Second thing is the huge galvanizing capability. अगर मैं आपको बहुत ही simple शब्दों में समझाऊँ कि galvanizing होता क्या है. So जो स्टील पे कोटिंग होती है, गैल्वेनाइजिंग कोटिंग, जिसके अगर वो होने के बाद स्टील डज नॉट रस्ट फॉर ऑलमोस्ट 20-25 ईयर्स. सो बेसिकली जितने भी हमारे एनवायरनमेंट में प्रोजेक्ट्स रहते हैं, सोलर प्लांट्स एंड विंड फार्म्स, दे नीड गैल्वेनाइज स्टील, क्योंकि अगर वो पूरे दिन बाहर डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ एनवायरनमेंट में खड़े रहेंगे तो देयर इज ऑलवेज अ रिस्क ऑफ गेटिंग रस्टिंग. सो ह्यूज गैल्वेनाइजिंग कैपेबिलिटी डिफरेंशिएट्स differentiate KP from other steel fabrication companies. Third point is the numbers, which genuinely shocked me this quarter. Revenue grew almost 60 to 70%, EBITDA grew 120%, and PAT grew 85%, faster than the 85%, which is faster than the revenue. Obviously, which means that there is some kind of operating leverage which is coming into play. Very strong execution on the financial frontier. And one thing that genuinely shocked me was the PAT to OCF conversion. PAT came around 135 crore rupees and OCF was almost 155 crore, which means 110% PAT to CFO conversion, which is absolutely fantastic. Which means कि कंपनी के जो operations है, they are really strong. उनको cash की कोई कमी नहीं पड़ने वाली है, which is of course a very good thing. The one thing on the margin front is company last had operating margins of almost 16.5%, but this year, even after rapid capacity expansion, they had margins of almost 20%, which is not normal for a steel fabrication company, especially when they are building huge capex. So hats off to the company on that front too. So the next big opportunity or the growth catalyst which is attached to the stock is that there is a lot of government tenders, private tenders, a lot of PE companies coming in and buying solar parks. So there is huge amount of orders flowing into the markets related to renewable energy push, and this company is directly beneficiary of all of that. Most important growth point is that management said that on current capacity they have built 35 to 40% is in use. It means that the highest revenue that they can generate through their capex till now without doing any further capex is for 4,000 to 4,500 crores, which means that there is huge growth runway ahead of the company even without spending a penny on capex for the next at least 3-4 years. This was all about the good things that were happening in the company, and now we will discuss the negative thing which is putting pressure on the stock prices. So the first risk associated with the company is over dependence on group companies. अगर मैं आपको KP Group का structure समझाऊँ, they have 3 listed entities: KPI Green Energy, KP Energy and KP Green Engineering Limited, जिसको हम लोग analyze कर रहे हैं. So in company disclosures, they have said that almost 48% of the revenue is coming from the group companies. अगर simplest way में हम समझे, if you own a restaurant and अगर 50% of your income is generated by feeding your family members, then it is a bit of concern, because investors will always ask this question कि is company actually good enough to generate external demand? Because this changes the whole valuation game. आपको फिर ग्रुप कंपनीज को बहुत ज़्यादा ट्रैक करना पड़ेगा देखने के लिए कि उनकी ग्रोथ आ रही है नहीं आ रही, क्योंकि अगर उनकी ग्रोथ नहीं आती तो दे विल नॉट बी एबल टू गिव यू ऑर्डर. And top line reliance of 48% on group companies is definitely an area of concern for the company. And also you'll see कि ऐसी companies को market एक premium valuation नहीं देता है. That is why this company is trading at a PE of only 15 even after having fantastic execution on all financial metrics. The second thing that I want to talk about, or the second risk associated with the company, is 17,000 crores of related party transactions. So company recently came with a circular for shareholder approval of 17,000 crore worth related party transactions with group linked entities. इसका सिंपलेस्ट वे में मतलब है कि उन्होंने शेयर होल्डर का अप्रूवल मांगा था कि हम जो केपी ग्रुप की अदर कंपनीज हैं उधर से ऑलमोस्ट 17,000 करोड़ का बिजनेस उनसे कर सकते हैं. नाउ टेक दिस इनटू पर्सपेक्टिव, आज कंपनी खड़ी है 1200 से 1300 करोड़ के रेवेन्यू पे, बट फॉर द नेक्स्ट 5 years दे हैव ऑथराइज्ड ऑलमोस्ट 17,000 करोड़. तो इट डेफिनेटली मीन्स दैट रिलायंस of company, the revenue reliance on group companies never ending, is not ending soon, and 17,000 crore is a very big number. The third thing that investors might be wary about is the royalty that is paid to the promoter of the company, Mr. Faruk Bhai Patel. So कंपनी ने अपनी मतलब 2% ऑफ द रेवेन्यू वो हर साल फारूक भाई पटेल को पे करते हैं फॉर द टेक्निकल नो हाउ. कंपनी दैट्स व्हाट कंपनी हैज सेड कि ट्रेडमार्क्स, कॉपीराइट्स, नो हाउ, टेक्निकल नो हाउ, वो सब फारूक भाई पटेल जी अपने पर्सनल नाम पर ओन करते हैं. एंड ही हैज़, एंड इफ द कंपनी हैज़ टू यूज इट, ही हैज़ टू पे, द कंपनी हैज़ टू पे ऑलमोस्ट 2% ऑफ इट टू मिस्टर पटेल. That is, these are the 3 main areas of concern, which shows that the big investors are not really interested in the company, because DIs and FI ownership has gone down. So the main question comes is, मतलब क्या कंपनी प्रमोटर इकोसिस्टम और द ग्रुप कंपनी इकोसिस्टम से बाहर निकल के क्या एक इंडस्ट्रियल डिमांड, एक्सटर्नल डिमांड जनरेट कर सकती है? बिकॉज ग्रोथ इज नॉट द क्वेश्चन हेयर. कंपनी जिस स्पीड से ग्रो कर रही है, दैट इज नॉट द मेन एरिया ऑफ कंसर्न. द एरिया ऑफ कंसर्न इज ओनली वन एंड सिंपल, क्या जो रिलायंस ग्रुप ऑफ कंपनीज पर है फॉर 50% ऑफ द रेवेन्यू, कैन इट गो डाउन? दैट इज ऑल फ्रॉम माई साइड, and hoping I'm adding value to all. Thank you.